Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Chicago Blues and the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about... season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
Takes it at the 7. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go for 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking left side, and it's complete.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Flush to his right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. They'll set up a throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And oh, he's just going to be short here. Barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
The Ravens send their punter out now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie, one of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. A nice toss play there to the left. More than enough room to move the chains.
And you know what I love about that play as a broadcaster? Seeing the big guys move. Seeing them get upfield and take out defenders. You know what I hated as a defensive back?
What?
That exact same thing. Seeing those linemen coming downfield, getting ready to blot out the sun.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for because, you know, all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39-yard line, here comes second down and 6.
They'll look to throw here. And he rifles one incomplete. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He's got a man. It's his fullback.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 17 yards there on third down as they pick up a 1st and 10.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And Jones has it over the middle.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
45 yards rushing for him on their opening drive of the contest, and it's now 1st and goal.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Here we go now on 1st and goal.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Blues are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit.
No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he's got his big tight end here. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Now that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
He was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. He'll look to throw.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 57 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
That's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And the Ravens taking the field.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
Complete to number 31. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They're going to look to throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
They go play action here on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Now back to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. He'll drop to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Looking to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Two minutes gone by, second quarter. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example. And he lost the football.
carried by the running back.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. He completes it to Jones. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
The 1st down pass. Complete to number 1. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Back to throw again. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 33. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
70 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Ravens 17-yard line.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4.
They'll set up to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Back to throw here. And he's got it. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Number 85. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Touchdown! From 4 yards out. And the Blues are able to add on to their first half lead.
Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, yeah, I give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Point after try forthcoming. And the lead is now 24. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Ravens offense back out there. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room, too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Trying to lay one up deep, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He's thrown for 2 touchdowns and run for another already in this first half as his guys begin 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
They're going to run this with a tight end. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
Right now, they're just trying to get to halftime because they need a break. This game, it's been a shellacking in every way, and they just got driven backwards for a safety.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. And taken right on the 30. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6.
A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then because he'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield, and oftentimes the QB ends up on his back.
And he's going to go down again. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in everyone to this Christmas Eve edition of the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get to it. We'll begin down in South Florida. Cincinnati paying a call to Miami. And that one tied 14 apiece in the 2nd quarter. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know it often happens, this is all still subject to change.
You're so right about that. But even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them.
Now they go screen. It's complete.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
They certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he gets it down to the 32. 85 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 16. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Blues take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This one fielded at the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the
They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, it's complete.
The second down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up third and 2.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. So from the 36 now, first and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He'll buy some time, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
They'll look to throw here, eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
They'll drop to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete.
And he will have a Ravens first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on third down and 5. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A third down now, and those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. The Ravens send their punter out now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
The throw over the middle taken in, and he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On second down, they'll run it here. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down.
It was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to loft one deep left side here.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. This complete to Jones. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he gets it down to the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
A first down there on a pickup of 25. They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way, and plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's at...
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. It's their quarterback with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Blues look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And a quick throw here that's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up
second and 4. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far.
And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Oh, my goodness, CD. I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball, but for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
He's brought down at the 31. 1 yard gain. Brings up second.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And this one is right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. 2nd and 1. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Again, he'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. They'll look to throw again. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Under pressure, and they got to him again. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Well, it's obvious, but I can't help but say it here. It's never a good day when the opposing defense has more sacks than you have points. The win seems likely, but this defense is still playing for something here. They see that 0 on the scoreboard, and they don't want that to change.
The Ravens send their punter out now. He's been terrific so far. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
I'd have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4. And on now is the punter as he's on to punt for Chicago. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. He'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And his pass incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw again. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Pulled in at the 24. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over.
The Chicago offense set to get started. I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do go and get more, oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake, because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done.
The end result, 21 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Come on.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Right back to him on first down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed asleep.
So for our visitors, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets.